Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Last video we were talking about my Evo 10 MR and a couple things I needed to do or wanted to do to it. Get the suspension done. And I'm going to show you what I kind of picked up. Set of nice coilovers, secondhand, off the Facebook Marketplace. But it's enough to get the job done, I feel. Turn on the lights here and I'll show you. What we got here is a set of coilovers. I think that are pretty decent. Guy advertised them. They were pretty decent price. And they're pretty decent as far as build quality. They're a set of JIC Magics. The reason why I went with these is not because of how much I paid or or anything like that. It's just because I feel like they're rebuildable, which is really, really good in my case. And if you're looking for a set of coilovers used, if you can get yourself a set of coilovers that you can rebuild if something goes wrong, like like these collars here, the springs are pretty, they're whatever it comes with, but you want to make sure like you can get the shock body replaced if you can, as far as like the pill ball mounts, you want to make sure all of this stuff you can rebuild. And I know with JIC Magic stuff you can rebuild it, so why not go with that brand instead of something cheaper like a I don't know, something off of eBay. The last thing you really want is to spend all that money or little money on something that you can't rebuild, you don't like, or is not adjustable. These are 100% adjustable, up and down, shock dampening, and all of that type of stuff. So why not go with that? But, while we're actually in my garage, I'll kind of show you around and what I kind of am working with. Because, some people around my area, they know me, and I'm very fortunate that I can actually have toys and have a place to put them, because I have a wife that is freaking awesome. She lets me pretty much get whatever I kind of want, as long as all my bills are paid, and she's kind of happy. So why not do that? On the inside here, it's a 2-car garage, 2.5-car garage, I guess. And it's a high lift, so that I use scissor truss, and I have a nice lift, and it's in my backyard. Poured floor, and it's 9,000 pound capacity, lift. So all of my cars are all tiny. I have Evos, STIs. I work on a bunch of small cars, but I got my starter set here. A long time ago, I went to UTI, which is great. But, you got to start somewhere. I knew about cars before UTI, but, UTI kind of just put me on the path to doing better things, which is kind of awesome. You get the little certificate that says that, yeah, he knows how to work on cars. But you and I both know that that certificate really doesn't mean a lot if you don't apply what you've learned there to actually do something good. And me, I went and I worked at a couple dealerships, worked at a couple independent shops, and it really wasn't what I wanted to do. So I just kind of started doing my own thing out of my backyard, and being a backyard mechanic. And people like what I do, and I do the powder coating thing on the side, and people like it, so I just do that. So whenever people call me, they text me or whatever, I go through and tell them what's going on, give them my prices or whatever, and if they like what they see, then they come through and they do it. But yeah, a little bit more about my my garage in the back. Put some stuff on the wall. Put some heat in, because I live in Pennsylvania, and it gets really, really cold out here. So, I try to make sure I'm warm. So I have this little thing. And you know what else, too? Let me show you guys. I have this little thing here. It's Mr. Heater. You know, it's not a plug here, but it's just good. It's really, really quiet, which if you know anything about torpedo heaters are super loud. So anything that's super duper loud, you want to kind of keep away from, especially when it comes to propane heaters or anything like that. Like, you want to be able to hear yourself. You want to be able to think. And with that little thing, it's freaking awesome. So why not have something that's not that, not that loud? And especially in a confined space. If you can see, like, my garage is kind of small. It's maybe 1,000 square foot, if that. 980 or something like that is kind of what we were at right there. But I like it. It's small enough, whereas it's like off the grid, but big enough for me and a couple of my friends to come and work on their cars, which is awesome. Which you'll definitely like my wall of wheels. That's kind of what we call it. I got my motor here for my Evo, just a spare one, which will probably be going in soon. It's a built 2.3 liter stroker, and I'm trying to make some decent power out of this, but I still got to get cams. I still got to get a new timing belt, a couple other things, but it's almost ready. It's almost ready. But as you can see in the background here, my wife has a Mercedes, really nice C-Class. But I built this on this side just for her wheels. Not these ones because they're off of an STI. But everything else on there on that shelf is all hers. This over here. This wall over here is all my wheels. I have, my stock BBS wheels from an Evo 10, a set of wheels, Rota Grid or Rota G-Forces, and then I have a set of Rota Grids back there that were, I powder coated all of them. And then I got a bunch of spare stuff that I got from cars, like a set of Sparko steering wheels. A set, actually a Royal steering wheel. That's actually pretty cool. I got off an STI. It was a junk STI, but made it look good and put my touches on it. And, I got a couple STI blocks over here. Stuff that I got to take to the machine shop. But yeah, this is the garage here and you're going to see a lot of footage from inside these four walls, starting with these, coilovers here. So once I actually get some more time, I'll actually, put these coilovers up. But right now, I took them all apart, make sure they were not seized and that the threads were all good, which are all good because I didn't even really need to crack it too loose. And then I just sprayed it down with PB Blast. And we're going to clean up all these threads, get some adjustments, and then we're going to be putting these bad boys into the Evo 10. But, until then, have a nice night and just relax. I'll see you on the next one.